Once again, I am here to rip my soul from my body. Welcome everyone to the Reaction Sleepover. This is where we get cozy and we react to stuff, today being Bridezillas and other Weddingzillas. Be sure to grab your cozies and snacks, because we're probably gonna need it. Future bride mad at her cousin for being late to her bachelorette, but her cousin was paying respects to her passed away husband. What? I'm 30 female, getting married soon, and went to New York for my bachelorette trip recently. There were 8 of us, including my cousin Haley, 33 female, who's one of my bridesmaids. We were only there for a couple of days, and there were a few different things we wanted to do. Also, I only asked people pay for their flight and hotel share. I paid for everything else. I made early dinner reservations for everyone on our last night, and we were going somewhere else after. Haley mentioned that day that she wanted to go visit a cemetery to pay her respects. Edit, it was to visit her late husband. I said okay, but be back in time to go to dinner. Given the title, we already know this isn't going to end well. Unfortunately. I made the reservations for 5 and it was already 4:30, but Haley wasn't back at the hotel. A couple of us called but she didn't pick up, and she sent a text saying she was running late and she would meet us at the restaurant. She ended up coming close to 6. I talked to her later about being so late and managing her time better. She was visiting her late husband. I think it's okay to give some leeway here. Have a little bit of a heart, would you? Haley made an excuse. An excuse? Do you remember where she went to? It's perfectly reasonable. But I replied this was supposed to be a girls' trip, not so she can run off and do her own thing without thinking of anyone else. She had a reason, a very completely valid reason, for wanting to split off for a little bit. And I highly doubt she wasn't thinking of any of you. She got pretty upset and we flew back the next day, but she kept quiet and my sister said she saw her crying. Yeah, because you humiliated the poor girl for being late to a dinner. That's all she did. And what was the reason she was late for dinner? Because she was visiting her late husband, which is a thing that your cold heart can't seem to comprehend. It's really sad. Because seriously, it was a dinner reservation. Sure, it's a bummer when people don't show up on time, but wouldn't you rather them be there than focus so much on on them being late? Because all this person is focused on is that she was late, not even considering the reason why. Sure, she knew the reason why, but she didn't care. I did text her later, but she left it unseen. Good. My sister thinks I shouldn't have said that to her, but a couple of the other girls agree Haley shouldn't have been late. My disappointment is immeasurable and my sadness is great. With all that said, a resounding "you are the a-hole."
You suck!
She was paying respects to her husband she was widowed from. Holy hell, OP, absolutely you're the a-hole. I can understand that this was your bachelorette, but read the effing room. It wasn't like she went off to go pay respects to a dead celebrity buried nearby. It was literally her husband. Show a bit of compassion and grow the hell up. A round of applause to this comment. Not only was she so not okay with her friend paying respects to her husband, she shamed her for it. She completely embarrassed her in front of everyone. And noticing on the plane that she was crying because of you? And that doesn't indicate that anything's wrong? Like this comment said, I get your bachelorette is important, but please read the room. Understand that the world does not revolve around you. This lady needs a Grinch arc where her heart will grow 3 sizes instead of her ego. Would I be the a-hole if I bring my kids to a town adjacent to my sibling's wedding? So they wouldn't even be going to the wedding? They would just have proximity? And you're worried that the bride's not going to be okay with that? If you are concerned that the people in the wedding are not going to be okay with proximity, they could very much be a wench. My sibling is getting married this year in a different country on the same continent. It is a destination wedding. All the guests live in the same country as us and half are from the same state as us. The rehearsal dinner is on a Thursday, the wedding is on a Friday, and then they apparently have a full weekend of plans. It's apparently going to be an intimate adults-only wedding weekend. I have no problem with this. Apparently there won't be a bridal party and I'm not obligated as a bridesmaid or anything. If they want to keep it small, plan a full weekend of wedding events, and they don't want kids at their wedding weekend, that is their prerogative. I don't have much in common with this sibling, and I don't have an interest in participating in events beyond the rehearsal dinner/wedding. I'm also not leaving my 4 children, under 10, the youngest will be about 2, at home from Wednesday to Sunday, while all my family of origin are in a different country. Can't say I blame you there. I'm also not cool with leaving my husband home while I go to this wedding by myself. The wedding is small enough that really I will probably only hang out with one of my other siblings who also has a kid. Our current plan is to bring the kids with us, stay off-site in condo in a different town, about 20 to 30 minutes away from the wedding is being held. Nowhere near where they could cause any kind of issue. Not for the Bridezilla bat. You can hear all joy coming emanating from children. And it fills it with such rage. Possibly with another sibling who also plans to bring their kids and participate in the same way. And we would either bring a sitter with us or get a sitter. Yes, I absolutely have concerns about hiring someone I haven't met. For the evening of the wedding, my husband volunteered to hang out with the kids for other events if I wanted to attend, but we would also explore the area and make a longer vacation out of it. You might as well, if you got the whole family with you anyway, go have fun. Essentially, not imposing my family on their wedding weekend, but making it so both my husband and myself would be able to attend the wedding and I would be able to attend a few other events too. It will be a win-win situation, right? I have a feeling it won't be. The bride said that it is her decision and non-negotiable whether our kids travel with us to the same country where they're hosting their wedding. What makes you feel entitled enough to say your children can't travel with you? That's so stupid. I can't believe that. She won't even allow them to be in the same country as her? What is with you and children? They won't even be at the wedding. I don't even understand that. It's such a crime. What is such a crime of the kids being in the same country as you? Maybe she just hates those kids. The bride specifically made a comment that she was concerned I would make my parents watch the kids. No. I'm absolutely not imposing on my parents like that. Plus, aren't the parents supposed to be at the wedding? So that argument is completely invalid already. She suggested that I leave my kids with my in-laws. They aren't allowed to babysit. We left our kids with them for a couple days, and one of my kids had a significant stutter when we returned. Oh dear, I'm not entirely sure what that means. Does that mean that they were really afraid to be with their in-laws? Oh geez. That I divide the kids amongst my friends? That I leave my husband at home to watch the kids, that I leave half the kids with my husband and the other half with my in-laws. Again, what is with you and these kids? What did they do to you? Exist? It would seem to me that they have control over who they invite and what activities they plan. I have the option to accept/decline some or all the activities they have planned, and I don't think it's any of their business how I travel. Seriously, that part in particular. Like, whatever, you don't want kids at the wedding. Fine, I guess. But what is with you not wanting them in the same country as you? That doesn't make any sense. Would I be the a-hole for my husband and I to have our kids travel with us? Why do you even have to ask that question? That's the silliest thing I've ever heard. Feeling like you have to cater to the bride's demands of no one's allowed in the country but me. That is so dumb. At that point, just don't even go to the wedding because you're already talking about like, I can decline any of the things if I want to. It is not the bride's place to decide or dictate whether you travel with your kids. Child-free starts at the threshold of the venue she rented. It doesn't extend to the country of her choice. Bridezilla asks bridesmaids for a Chanel wallet. Wedding is coming up this summer. Bride has made one demand after another. Some big requests, some small requests. But she has many requests. She wanted a weekend extravaganza for her bachelorette costing about $1,500 per attendee. Ow! You hear that? That's the sound of my wallet crying. She also wanted some very specific things for her bridal shower, like catered food, a flower crown for herself to wear, guests wearing a specific color, etc. But the icing on the cake is when she asked the bridesmaids to get her a Chanel wallet. Yes, you read that right. Wallet is $800 or so. This is the bachelorette that costs $1,500 per person. It'd be another $800. And even if it's split up among the bridesmaids, she's like, oh, you guys all pool in for it. It's only like $50 per person. On top of $1,500 that she demands from each person already? That's way too much. I was shocked she made that request. Is this a thing? Do brides request expensive gifts from bridesmaids and state specifically what they want? And no, she hasn't paid for any of our dresses and isn't a generous person in general. In fact, she's the cheapest person I know. Her proposal to her bridesmaids consists of a gift bag of items from the 99-cent store, and no, I'm not exaggerating. Cheap face masks, cheap bath salts, and she put into Ziploc bags and you could get the picture. Which that in itself, wouldn't be such a bad thing, because, sometimes you just gotta go to the dollar store to make things work. But she's doing that and demanding $1,500 per person and another $800 for a wallet. The math ain't mathin'. So it's really confusing why she thinks she can demand a Chanel wallet just because she's the bride. What is up with entitled brides and grooms these days? I'm fed up. Me too. I also forgot to mention that a bridesmaid is unable to attend a bridal shower because of a fertility procedure, and she asked the bridesmaid to postpone it until after her bridal shower. Ugh, that's gonna be it for today. I hope you enjoyed the insanity. If you have any stories of your own you want to submit, send me an email. If you enjoyed this and you're new here, I hope you subscribe. And I'll see you guys later. Bye!